FayeAtom are starting to act like they forgot the cameras are even there. And those are exactly the moments that make everything feel a little too real. Because the more you watch them, the harder it becomes to believe this is just work. Faye Malisorn and Adam Pariya are not just another new GL pairing in Thailand right now. They are that rare case where something feels slightly off in the best way possible, like you are watching moments that were never meant to be analyzed this closely. If you have seen their interactions during the recent Broken of Love, Before It Breaks, you probably noticed that strange effect where the more they try to act normal, the more it feels like something real keeps slipping through. It actually starts long before the premiere with the casting itself, because Faye didn't just get paired with Adam randomly after her long and very popular partnership with Yoko Apazra. She personally chose Adam through multiple rounds of casting, more than 3 rounds out of dozens of candidates. In interviews she openly said Adam was not easy to get because other companies were also interested in her, even calling her a gift for the agency. And that already changes how you see everything because this was not convenience, this was intention. From the very beginning Faye described Adam as bright, cute, and passionate about acting just like herself, and said that after their first conversations she immediately felt their energy matched and that they clicked naturally, which is where the first unusual detail appears because the speed of that connection stands out, since normally chemistry is something that builds over time, but here both of them described it as instant, like they already understood each other without needing to try. Faye even admitted she had been a little worried because of Adam's previous health issues but felt relieved and happy that Adam trusted her and accepted the project, which adds another layer of emotional context that makes their bond feel more personal from the start. During the press interviews at Siam Pavilion Theatre before the premiere, Faye showed a completely different side of herself whenever the topic shifted to romantic or intimate scenes, openly admitting that she sometimes blushes or feels shy during those moments while Adam stays calm and professional. And she even joked that Noong is not afraid of these scenes at all, which might sound simple but the way she said it, the way she smiled, and the way she briefly lost composure are exactly the kinds of reactions people don't script because they happen too fast to control. Right there you get those short pauses between them and those looks that last just a little longer than expected, which are the exact moments viewers keep replaying because they feel like glimpses of something unscripted. When you look at Adam's side of things it becomes just as interesting, because she consistently shows deep respect and admiration for Faye, saying in interviews that she followed Faye's work for a long time, watched her performances and competitions, and always thought she would want to work with her one day, even adding that she felt lucky that Faye chose her and describing her as beautiful and talented. During the blessing ceremony and press events she repeatedly expressed gratitude for the opportunity, calling this her first major series of this scale. And yet despite that respect she doesn't feel distant because she remains comfortable, smiles easily, keeps strong eye contact, and sometimes even checks on Faye in small caring ways during interviews. There was one small but telling moment when Faye joked about fans not wanting to call her Kunpi, a formal title, and Adam playfully responded that fans don't have to say it but she herself will call her that, which made Faye look slightly surprised while Adam smiled at her as if testing her reaction, and although it is a tiny moment, it is exactly the kind of detail that makes people feel like something more is happening under the surface. During the joint press interview on March 27th, when they were asked to show a broken heart pose, Adam made a cute gesture and Faye immediately reacted with, "That's so cute," and when asked how they would comfort someone with a broken heart, Adam suggested holding up a supportive sign while Faye hugged her and said, "Let's make up," to which Adam responded by linking pinkies and repeating, "Let's make up." And these interactions were not dramatic or exaggerated but soft, natural, and almost instinctive, which is exactly why they stand out because they don't feel like performance but like behavior. Both of them described the first episode in very similar words, saying it is full of flavors, with romance, drama, and tension, and while romantic scenes are not that difficult, the emotional dramatic scenes were actually harder because of how heavy they are. Faye emphasized that this project is especially meaningful to her because it is her first time working not only as an actress but also as a writer and producer, calling it a gift to herself and to the fans, something she put a lot of effort and emotion into. And that context makes her dynamic with Adam even more important because this is not just another role for her but something she built and intentionally chose Adam to be part of. Maybe that is why their interactions feel more invested and intentional, yet at the same time more vulnerable. And one of the most important moments came right at the premiere when Faye confirmed that there will be another project with Adam planned for later in 2026, which shows this is not a one-time collaboration but something she is building long-term, with Atom supporting that through smiles and agreement even without revealing details. When you combine all of this with what people have observed behind the scenes, the picture becomes even clearer because although there are not many full behind-the-scenes interviews yet, the available clips show them in a very comfortable environment, hugging after difficult takes, staying close between scenes, with Faye creating a supportive atmosphere as a senior and producer while Atom brings energy and freshness, and during the blessing ceremony they both look genuinely excited and emotionally invested. All of this leads back to the same question people keep asking after watching both their on-screen and off-screen interactions, which is why this feels different and why this pairing creates a stronger reaction than others, and the answer might be hidden in those small, almost invisible details such as prolonged eye contact, unfiltered reactions, the way they keep returning to each other's presence, the way their energy aligns without effort, and most importantly the level of comfort that removes the usual distance between colleagues. Officially this is still just a professional partnership with no confirmed romantic relationship, which is completely normal in the GL industry, but at the same time it is exactly that contrast between what is said and what is felt that keeps people watching because something about FayeAtom doesn't fully fit into the usual pattern, and maybe that is why it feels like you are witnessing something that is still forming in real time, something not fully defined yet, which is exactly what makes it so addictive to watch. If you go even deeper into how they talk about each other, you start noticing how consistent their language is, with Faye repeatedly highlighting Atom's brightness, energy, and passion as if emphasizing not just her skills but her presence, while Atom constantly frames Faye as someone she admires, respects, and feels grateful toward. And that dynamic of admiration meeting selection creates a very specific emotional balance because one chose and the other was chosen, which already adds tension to how people interpret their interactions. When you layer on top of that the physical proximity they maintain during events, how they instinctively stand close, lean slightly toward each other during conversations, and how their attention drifts back even when distracted, these become patterns that viewers subconsciously read as familiarity, and familiarity is what makes something feel real, which is why even neutral viewers react to them because their signals are not exaggerated but subtle, and subtle signals are often the most convincing. As the series continues this will only become more noticeable because once an audience starts looking for these details, they begin to see them everywhere in every glance, pause, and reaction, creating a feedback loop where the chemistry feels like it is growing even if nothing officially changes. And that is exactly how certain pairings become massive not just through scripted moments but through the feeling that something genuine might be unfolding in front of you. Right now FayeAtom are at that point where everything still feels undefined and slightly ambiguous, and that ambiguity is what keeps people watching because it leaves room for interpretation, making people not just watch but analyze, replay, discuss, and choose sides, which is exactly what turns a pairing into something bigger than just a show. So the only question left is the one that keeps coming back no matter how much information you add, which is whether this is just perfectly executed chemistry or the beginning of something that neither of them planned to make this obvious, and which side you are on.